buried treasure. Gaurana of Gannavaram was a rich peasant. He and his wife Gauri led a happy and contented life. They were both very thrifty and saved as much money as they could. Gaurana kept all his money safely hidden in a large iron safe with his name painted on it in white. Now Gaurana had two friends, Venkat and Sobban. They were the only ones who knew that Gaurana possessed so much money. They longed to lay their hands on his savings but could think of no way to get them. One day Venkat and Sobban, being desperately in need of money, decided to talk Gaurana into parting with his wealth. That evening, the two friends, having planned how to cheat Gaurana, went to his house to visit. "Did either of you go to the meeting at the village panchayat union this afternoon?" Sobban asked, knowing well that Gaurana had not been there. "No," replied Gaurana. "I could not go, though I would have liked to hear what the minister had to say." "I was there," said Venkat, "and apart from talking about the new canal, the minister praised Ganapathy for his good deeds. He said that Ganapathy gave away money in charities like one gives away water." "But everyone knows Ganapathy was a pauper when he came here," insisted Sobban. "And now he is worth lakhs," Venkat added eagerly. "Your money will never increase in this manner, Gaurana," said Sobban, "when you keep it locked up in your safe. It is better to be honest and live within one's means than to be a rogue and grow rich by deceit," insisted Gaurana. The friends argued till late night. Both tried their best to convince him to invest his money. At last, just before midnight, they persuaded him to entrust his money to them. They assured him he would soon be rich. Gaurana, still doubtful, handed over his 20,000 rupees to them. A year passed, and he decided to see how his money had grown. He set out to visit his friends. He found Sobban and Venkat playing dice at Venkat's house. He waited until they finished. Then he asked how business was and why they had not visited him. Venkat turned pale while Sobban wrung his hands in despair. Venkat told Gaurana their tale of woe. The money was lost. "What, my hard-earned 20,000 gone down the drain?" cried Gaurana. "We even thought of taking poison," said Venkat, "but decided to hide from you instead. Whatever you did would not bring my money back," Gaurana said miserably. He left the house and walked home as if in a dream. Meanwhile, Gauri grew worried because he had not returned for dinner. She knew without asking that he had learned of his friend's betrayal. When he came home, she saw grief in his eyes. "Those two rascals cheated me of the 20,000 I trusted to them," Gaurana told her, "but I will teach them a lesson they will never forget." A week later, he went about life as usual. He heard rumors that everyone knew of Venkat and Sobban's fraud. One morning, a few years later, a messenger came to Sobban asking him to go at once to Gaurana's house, for he was very ill and feared to be dying. When Sobban arrived at his bedside, Gaurana bade him bend low and said feebly, "I know that I will not last long, Sobban. My only worry is that I am leaving Gauri behind, all alone. Will you please look after her?" "Of course I will look after Gauri," replied Sobban. "It is my duty as your good friend to see she is well taken care of after you have gone." "Ah, you have set my mind at rest," said Gaurana slowly. "All that I now have left is 25,000 rupees in cash. I have put this money into 25 pots, each containing 1,000 rupees. The pots are buried at regular intervals, 5 feet apart, along the walls of my house. The first pot is buried just beneath my bedroom window." "I understand," said Sobban, unable to hide the look of greed in his eyes. "After I die," continued Gaurana, "when my wife needs money, I have asked her to come to you." "You can trust me," assured Sobban, "but I must entreat you not to tell Venkat what you have just told me. I do not think that he will honor your dying wish." "As you wish," said Gaurana and closed his eyes. That same afternoon, he called for Venkat and repeated all that he had said to Sobban. Venkat promised to look after Gauri and to see that she had money only as she truly needed it. A week later, poor Gaurana died. Before his death, he told Gauri his secret that would give her security for the rest of her life. A few months after his death, Gauri decided that she needed some money. She asked Sobban who visited her daily, for some money. She told him that Gaurana had said she was to approach him whenever she needed money for expenses. Sobban shook his head and said he had no money even for his own needs. He then suggested that Gauri should sell her house. "That is the only solution left," said Gauri. "Yes, I will sell the house if I can get a good price for it." Sobban immediately said that he was willing to buy it for 2,000 rupees, which he could easily borrow from a friend. Gauri said that she would have to consider his proposal. Sobban and Venkat, fearing that Gauri might sell the house to someone else, decided to buy it jointly for 25,000 rupees. After collecting the money from her husband's friends, Gauri left the village and went to stay with her brother. Soon after she left, strange sounds were heard coming from the house each night. The villagers thought that Gaurana's ghost had started to visit and stayed far away. Not long afterwards, one by one, all the walls and finally the roof of Gaurana's house caved in. Everyone thought it was the work of his restless ghost. As for Sobban and Venkat, they realized that the dead Gaurana had finally the last word.